NBA champ and 11-time All-Star Chris Bosh. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Proud to announce something, by the way.
Go for it.
Chris Bosh officially now friend of the show. Third appearance makes you officially friend of the show.
Okay.
So not just Hall of Fame guest.
I didn't even know. I thought
we can just say friend of the show, Chris Bosh. Good to see you.
All right, great. That's
awesome.
New thing to the title. That's
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Love it. All right, let's talk some NBA opening night. Chris Bosh, friend of the show. LeBron and the Lakers taking on that guy, Kawhi, and the Clippers, and the Kings struck early. The fadeaway over the claw tube is 18 on the night. New Laker, Anthony Davis, getting in on the mix. The Brow finished with 25 points. He had 10 rebounds. None of it, though, matched what he did. Kawhi, the reigning Finals MVP, came out strong. He came out focused. He came out on fire. After missing his first two shots, Kawhi finished with a game-high 30 points to go along with 6 boards, 5 assists. Clippers go on to win 112-102. Here's Kawhi Leonard after the win.
You see what they did last year? They was an 8 seed, 7 seed playoff team. These guys fight. They fight hard every single night. And, you know, just because I'm here or Paul's here, we're not going to stop.
It's the first game. You know, obviously the NBA is back, and that's what everybody's trying to have the narrative of a rivalry game, and it's a huge test. I think both teams are not who they want to be. We have a lot of room to improve. We're a new group that's coming together. We have a new coaching staff. We have a new system. And it's not a rivalry. We're trying to get better every single day on how we can be as great as we can be. We did some good things tonight. We did some not so good things, and that happens in a game one, especially for a new club. So we look forward to getting in the film room tomorrow and seeing, you know, some of the mistakes that we made where we could have been better at.
Chris Bosh, you watched this game. What was the key to the Clippers' win last night?
I mean, I'm going to say the bench. 60-19.
60-19.
Outscored them. Montrezl Harkless and
Lou.
Sorry.
Montrezl Harrell.
And Lou Will coming off the bench. I mean, Montrezl, he's just a monster in the bench.
Harkless is nice, too. A lot of people don't. He was a starter there in Portland. He adds to that bench. Oh, man, he adds a lot of flavor to them. Yes.
But I think the main thing was the bench. You saw the Lakers come out swinging. It's a hyped-up game. A lot of excitement. I do disagree with LeBron. It is a rivalry. Anytime you're in a situation, since we've been in middle school and high school, the rivalry was your crosstown team. You 9 times out of 10, if not all times. But, you know, you have to give credit to the bench. The stars did what they need to do. Everybody's trying to figure things out. But when Lou Will comes in, I mean, he gets into that rhythm. That's what's going to make L.A. very, very dangerous. The Clippers, I'm speaking of.
Well, and I disagree with LeBron on a separate point where he says, you know, neither one of us did exactly what we want to do. I tell you right now, the Clippers, they will sign up 30 from Kawhi, 60 from the bench. You got 90. How many you need? You only
Paul
need,
George didn't even play.
Right. You only gonna need what? In that situation, you need what? 25 points from the rest of your starting 5.
And the way they play defense, how many points you gonna score?
Well, that's the other. That's the other aspect of it. I actually thought both teams played really well defensively in this game. I thought LeBron was more engaged defensively than I'd seen him in a regular season game in a very long time. We'll see if he's able to sustain that over the course of the season. But the story was, to me, the Lakers, they came out great. And then they had a flurry in the third quarter led by Danny Green, who had lit fire.
He was unconscious.
Aside from that, they were casual with the basketball. Anthony Davis, who clearly was going to have a huge size advantage all night long, after the first half was not able to reestablish that, was not able to take advantage of that. And the Clippers just kept coming. There was no break. You could see for the Lakers when they went to their bench unit, when all of a sudden my pal Jared Dudley and KCP and Troy Daniels and Quinn Cook are out there, or 3 of those 4, that's an opportunity for the Clippers to create some separation. When the Clippers' strength is their bench unit and those guys are out there without Kawhi, can't rest when Kawhi's out there. You can't take a break then. You're not going to be able to take a break when Lou Williams is cooking, when Montrezl getting rebounds and Patrick Beverley is just annoying everyone as he does every game of his NBA career. Like, the Clippers were relentless. The Lakers were not able to match that.
And at the end of the game, the Clippers clamped down on them. They stopped fouling, which they did the first half, assisted the Lakers with free throws. AD didn't get fouled that much the second half. Lakers didn't get fouled, and they shut them down to 17 points in the fourth quarter. Neither one of the stars from the Lakers had enough energy or juice to be able to take over the game, because that's what you expect. We're going to lob, lob, lob. Let's get to the fourth quarter. One of you guys take over the game. Typically, Bron could do it. Last night, he didn't do it. And to me, AD typically, especially post play. Post play is more taxing on your body than perimeter play. So you could see them throwing the ball into him the first 2 quarters. He was gassed at halftime. All that posting up, all that wrestling. So for me, I believe that part, at the end of games, he will be in condition and be ready to handle that. So to me, how you close out these games. The game was very, very even. This is going to be a rivalry. Even before LeBron James, he's going to be late to get there, but it is going to be a rivalry. I guess LeBron feels like he controls everything. It's not a rivalry until I say so.
Right. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. There was a lot of intensity for these two teams to be meeting the first night of the season, and neither one of them repeating champions. Lakers hadn't been in the playoffs in a minute.
All right, Crystal, let's talk about and stay with the Clippers for a second. How good, after what you saw last night, could this team be once Paul George gets back?
I mean, you know, the goal should be NBA championship for these guys. I mean, if you look at it from top to bottom, you know, they're well coached. Their staff is great. They've got great ownership. Steve Ballmer has been very, very vocal in his ambitions to win. They've got 2 superstars, you know.
Without putting too much pressure on one of those superstars who will be coming back.
Well, I mean,
clearly.
you know, yeah, it's always pressure when you come back, but they can take pressure off of each other. And Paul George can maybe not feel like he has to come plug in right away and start averaging 20 or 30 points right away.
Yeah,
I think that'll be better for him.
2 superstars you're right about, but I think the mix of their personalities. Paul George has accomplished enough in this league that he's got him and Kawhi decided to play together. They weren't supposed to be together. They've been talking the last couple of years, but Kawhi was like, I'm not going to the Lakers. Y'all need to call Paul George. And Paul George is like, whoa, really? That's the first time out publicly that someone said they wanted Paul George. LeBron wanted him in Cleveland, but they couldn't get him from the Pacers. So for me, with a shoulder injury, the type of player Paul George is, you know what he's going to be able to do the first game? Lock someone up. You think they couldn't have needed that last night? His 3-point shooting, he adds length to their offense. So to me, their personalities. If either one of these guys was coming back from an injury because they are the 2 superstars with less ego than the other groups of superstars that we have, because every player does have some ego. So I'm confident that they will gel quicker. And bad shoulders, man. Guys come back from bad shoulders, especially perimeter players.
And one of the reasons I think the Clippers looked as good as they did last night was because when you watched them last year, this was that team. This team didn't go through a reinvention the way the Lakers did. The Lakers got 3 guys from last year that played last night: LeBron, JaVale, and KCP. Everyone else that played is brand new. As far as the Clippers guys that were notable guys last night, Zubac, he played 9. I know he started center, but he barely played. He's new. Harkless, who you mentioned, is new. And, of course, Kawhi is new. But what you inserted in Kawhi was a zero-maintenance superstar who's going to take over a scoring load and be the best defender on the court at almost all times. So everyone else knows how to play with each other. Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams know how to be the leaders of one of the best bench units in basketball, because that's what they were last year. And to me, you saw some of that familiarity last night with the Clippers, and that will serve them well even when they add another piece, of course, Paul George, in a month or so.
Yeah, they'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they'll be a lot.
All right, Chris, we'll see you a little bit later on the show. Got to take a break. Coming up, back to some football. Will Aaron Rodgers outdo Russell Wilson for MVP? That's next. This is First Things First.